3-5.1c.2. Identify the impact of technology. Examples: social networking, cyberbullying, mobile computing and communication, web technologies, cybersecurity and virtualization on personal life and society. Learning objectives. Students will be able to recognize what cyberbullying is through real-life examples. Students will be able to define cyberbullying and identify what constitutes cyberbullying. Students will be able to explain how to address real-life cyberbullying. Students will be able to describe the impact that cyberbullying has on individuals involved. And now on to the rules of the game. The name of our board game is the Cyberbullying Trail. What you will need is one die, a phone, an application in which you can scan QR codes, a game piece, a pen and paper. On to the instructions. Each player throws the die once. Whoever has the highest roll goes first. After this player's turn, you move clockwise in play order. The first player rolls the die and goes to the square. If it is a square with a QR code, you scan the QR code and you read the article / watch the video linked within the QR code. Upon doing this, you will read about each scenario. If your scenario is a favorable scenario, you receive a thumbs up sticker. If your scenario is an unfavorable scenario, you receive a thumbs down sticker. Each document will explicitly say whether or not the scenario is favorable or unfavorable. You will have to discuss with your group why this particular scenario is favorable or unfavorable. Now, if the square has a question on it, you will have to complete the question on a separate sheet of paper. The answer you write down will be graded by your group members. If the answer is correct, you will receive a star sticker. If the answer is incorrect, you will receive a thumbs down sticker. Answers must differ each time the question is landed on. What happens at the black stop signs? When all the players reach this point, you will go onto your phones and play the Kahoot that will label either 1 or 2 on the front of the board. The QR codes for the Kahoots will be on the back of the board game. The Kahoots will test your knowledge of all the questions and scenarios that you should have grasped until the black stop point. What happens at the red stop sign? The stoppage point is towards the end of the board game. At this point, you will count up your thumbs up, thumbs down, and star stickers. If you have more star stickers than your thumbs down stickers, you will take the shorter route, because it will be assumed that you have grasped the material covered within the board game. If you have more thumbs down stickers than star stickers, you will take the longer route, because it will be assumed that you have not grasped the material. This stop sign is different from the second in step 3 due to the fact that you do not have the wait for each player to reach the stop sign before you roll the die again. How do you determine who wins? You determine who wins by who has the most star stickers at the end of the game. Now to move on to how this is beneficial to students. Overall, this board game will help teach students what cyberbullying is, what the consequences of it are, and how it can be prevented, all while challenging students to test their knowledge on the topic. These will help students be able to complete the learning objectives. In real life, this will also provide them with skills with dealing with cyberbullying if they ever run into the problems with it. How can the game be used in my future classroom? Now, this depends on the subject area you're teaching. For me, this will be history. So for history, I could potentially go over a unit that is describing the history of a particular country in the world, and then they could travel along a path and answer questions about that country's specific history. And you could have different varying rules, but this can be generally applied to a lot of classrooms with just varying degrees of rules.